every little thing that goes wrong, we start to blame the government. We know everything that goes wrong because we are part of the government. Let's save Nigeria so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Tell me which way to go. Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know which way Nigeria is heading to. Inefficiency.
Yes, a good afternoon to you. Solutions 93.9 FM station. And of course, it's Sunday, the 14th day of January, year 2024. The show this Sunday afternoon is Pendulum Solutions 93.9 FM. My name is Ayodeji Ajishokwe, and I tell you, it's always a pleasure and a privilege to be with you wherever you may be located in this global space as I bring you Pendulum this Sunday afternoon. Well, our mandate is to keep you informed on issues, every and any issues that pertains to you, that pertains to the polity. And appropriately so this afternoon, we bring you issues that are related to the polity. On Friday, the Supreme Court delivered judgment in several cases, gubernatorial cases. Key amongst them were Kano, Zamfara, and Plateau State. And in this regard, Supreme Court judgment on Friday, matters arising. And I have appropriately with me live in the studio this afternoon a man that wears many caps. He wears the traditional cap as a Mogaji. He wears a political cap. He's been around political. In fact, he wears so many caps. He wears the Mogaji cap, the traditional institutions. He wears the political cap. He has been around politically for quite a while. And of course, he's a media practitioner. And of course, on top of that, he is a legal practitioner. And that's quite encompassing. I have right here live in the studio with me, Honorable Kola Adigoke, barrister at law. Good afternoon to you, my dear brother.
Good afternoon.
Good to have you here. Good to have you. I want to ask, before we go to the issues of the Supreme Court, I noticed something about Nigerians, and it's become worrisome for me. Nigerians don't think they have rights. You have people say, I go for government is always right. Is it true?
Not entirely true.
Why? At least I can say that about Yoruba. Why do people get the opinion that you cannot fight government? Is it about fighting government? I got a right, and government or government institutions or seem to want to trample on my right. They would rather go and even find what you people call political solution rather than a legal solution. Why?
Well, maybe because of the misconception that our judiciary pander pieces of government. And that is not entirely true, because some people have successfully challenged government and have been able to establish the fact that the judiciary is the hope of the common man, as they say. Let me give you an instance. In the prelude to the 2003 presidential election, we had an Obasanjo Atiku presidency, in which case the president was General Olusegun Obasanjo, and the vice president was Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Prior to that, there was a misconception that once you are indicted by an administrative panel of inquiry, INEC will automatically disqualify you from contesting election in Nigeria, and that was the lot of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. I hope I can speak English because I believe
Please speak
this is a
English,
Yoruba or English program.
mix it.
Yeah.
You know, so that we can reach as
You know,
many
it
people as possible.
was the belief that once INEC wielded his big stick against you, you were done for. But Alhaji Atiku Abubakar felt otherwise, that that was the idea of some people, that it was not the intentment of the draftment of our law. So he challenged that in courts. And INEC, Atiku and INEC is the case. And the court ruled that it was not enough for an administrative panel of inquiry.
That's to be a judicial panel.
To disqualify you from contesting an election. You have to be convicted before it could be said that you are not qualified to contest an election. So that was why Atiku was cleared eventually to contest
that 2007
election.
I remember so many cases. Atiku went to court on so many
2007, 2005 to 2007 was a dark period in the evolution of our political system in Nigeria. The case I talked about put a stop to the executive rascality of choosing who to contest and who not to allow to contest.
Wielding governmental powers
against their perceived enemies. So if people believe that they do not have what it takes to challenge government in its dictatorial tendencies, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar put a stop to that by successfully changing the narrative, which forced INEC to believe that for them to disqualify a contestant, it goes beyond, it transcends an indictment by a panel set up by the executive itself.
Set up by executive itself, you know, which can be manipulated. I said this in respect of a particular location in Ibadan now, and I think I should mention this. I mean, railway is you know, leased out a portion in Bodija.
Okay.
And then railway now puts a notice of demolition, signed management, no signature. The people that came to you and you leased land to, individually, you now started pasting.
You know them. You know your licensee or tenants.
And you're not pasting demolition order on their wall.
I heard that nobody.
And people were scampering out of the place. Only one man
had the courage.
And he went to a few people. Let's stand together. Like Yoruba say, everybody scampered out of the place. That one man went to court. He said, look, how can you paste a notice and say you're going to demolish when I have, you know, a relationship with you? Now, the man went to court, got an injunction. They came with their bulldozers. It is only that man's structure that is standing there now. Others scampered away. If the man now wins, you know, I asked people around, before back, is it about